קודם כל, אני חמאבילם, אני finde, חוש ותאיר משפחת, Eisdorfer Weiss. I'm not sein weit, was ist weit. I'm not going to ask the best one, just a very serious word. Poza steht, Patibaka had dwamo asher tachtehem, but the earth stopped underneath them. Vativ the horses pure, the earth swallowed them in as based on Oisom, as based on their houses, the Korach and all their assets. Everything wiped off of the face of the earth, Korach and all his possessions as well. Everything. The Gemara brings, Omar of Chona, Rochem says, Omar li Ahu Tair, an Arab, a camel driver, said to him, To ach veloch belui the Korach. Come, let me show you in the earth exactly where Abu, the earth opened up, the crack in the earth where Korach was swallowed. So he went and he bent over and there was smoke, smoke was coming out. And then he bent over his ear, and he heard a voice, Moshe Emes, B'Sayras Emes. Moshe, this was the end of Korach. There came out from him a voice that Moshe Emes, B'Sayras Emes. This was Korach. So his knowledge was that not only he, but even all of his assets also were wiped off from the face of the earth. It's a put of Akasha. He's made a Korach, we understand. Varstikla was why Korach was white, that was his punishment. But what's the meaning? What's the pshat? What's the significance of the rechush, of his assets being taken away from the face of the earth? His rechush, his assets could have been put to good use. The Faris Aniyim, Yusoimim, all kinds of Strochim, whoever needs. Whoever that's the problem needs help, the money should be put to that use. What's the point of the rechush's assets being wiped out the face of the earth? So the Purah says the following: that a person's assets can earn for him zchusim and can earn for him machoy. His assets would go to Dorshet, Dorshet, Dorshet B'Zdoke, to be in Faris Aniyim, to be in Faris Talmid Chachonim, so that would be Zchus L'Bayah. In order for him to earn that Zchus, he had to be worth it. He deserved no Zchus whatsoever from any, his knowledge was so great, his head was so great that knowledge had to be, he can't have any part of it from left over. There was a Yid who was a survivor, the mental curse, and he was sent on a work detail. The Nazi Machshuma, he partly put in a concentration camp. He was sent on a work detail, and the Yisha Heiser, when he said worthwhile, Leichters, Bechers, silver, so they wouldn't cholile, they wouldn't dare try to keep it to themselves. That would be it's punishable by death. The Nazi Machshemam, they find and they didn't have the heart to turn over to Nazis. They'll take I better was Machkish, just by Shtud, by Pish, they said a homish by a Seder. All the tremendous memories, the Zechrenis, Yival, and that barrel will be smashed up, they'll sell it for silver. A life of Samana, a mother's Amadri standing, she said, and she been shlicht with tears in her eyes, and it was a spell that she shall not from all her children. They're going to take Azal Leister, they'll take it, they'll smash it, sell it for its weight and so on. But they had no AC, they had to give it over. So the metal curse he found in, when he stood, he found a couple diamonds. So that was small enough for him to put in his ear, covered with cotton. Well, the Nazis wouldn't see it. When he finally was standing in line to be admitted to concentration camp, not not everybody could be admitted to concentration camp. You had to be well enough to do work. If you weren't, that's Lamovis. L'chaim is to go work yourself to death. And Lamovis is right away put you to death. So he's standing in line, and he sees a Yid Navach that has 2 fingers missing. So the doctor who's examining him, like somebody checks off a list of potatoes, chiblets, so he writes down the 2 fingers. What kind of work could you do? So he puts in the Lamovis. Oh, we survived. Make it on the heart. So he said, Herr Doctor. He goes to the doctor, Remendel. He says, maybe there's something I could give you that you shouldn't write him for death. You cursed Jew. He said, I don't need your mace. Maybe there is something you need. Maybe perhaps there's something you need. He says, well, it so happens I got engaged and I'm looking for diamonds for my bride. For the college. So I can help you. He had 2 diamonds, one is an immaculate, without a blemish, one a feller, it was a very expensive one, another one was not quite as nice. And the oil of them, they knew he had that, so they whispered in his ear, don't give him, don't give him the good one, give him the I don't want to speculate with a man's life. I want to make sure, I'll make sure that writes him off l'chaim. So he gives him over he gives him the diamond, and the Yid gets goes l'chaim. They both survived. And this Remendel was Nabach Hayir, he was a chusur lechem. He suffered poverty in the extreme. He had kind of a big mishpoche, kind of her, and they barely had what to eat. The nistful, the one who he saved his life, well, his life was saved. He was masliach. He had a pach. He had in his hand. He was capable. He was a skilled baker. He opened up one bakery, opened up a second. So by Mendel's chazan, his first daughter, he wanted to show his hakor hatoy. So he brought to chazan a wedding cake. By the second daughter, he didn't bring him a wedding cake. So the last shtickle tzeit, he was diagnosed with a very serious illness, and the last couple of shtickle tzeit before Zavek in the Welt, the whole Bnei Bayis survived in the Kinderlach were standing around the bed. And he said, my entire, he said, my dear ones, I could never understand how a person doesn't have a heart. I saved his life. I gave him the greatest gift. He said, he never showed me any real, how could a person be like that? I held it against him, how he could never show a person like that. But I'll tell you the truth. He said, I'm delighted with this vision that he never really paid off a debt like that. Because that mitzvah, I want that mitzvah to remain fully intact, because I need, where I'm going now, I need and now I see everything with different clarity. He said, I need every part of that mitzvah to take with me where I'm going right now. So that's what the person's assets is a hush. This is what you can learn from him. And finally, another very interesting story. A Yid came to a shtetl, and he went to the Rabbi. He said, I have to raise money for my institution. So he said, okay, I'll help you. I'll give him time. He goes to him. He goes to one door, go to another door. They down at one block. He went to every single house, and everybody responded. They come to, they're passing another house. So the Rabbi said, no, here we don't go in. He said, as I was here, he's not about to duck you. I said, well, the next one. So he says to the Rav, you know, you pasnish, you're the Rav, it's a code of Torah, that you should go in and be refused, pasnish. So I'll go in myself, As long as I make a minute or two, and he's like, he said, Zaynik in action, I'm telling you, he doesn't know. But if you want to go, go. He goes in, he said briefly, and he comes out smiling with a nice scene with a big check. So he said, from him you got? He said, yeah, here you see. You better leave town immediately. He said, this kid never had the schus to give tzedakah. If he gave you, that's a sign that your moise is a false moise. So you have to have the schus to be able to use. Chanan ben Akash Oimer, Rotsa HaKadosh Baruch Hu, L'tzak is a Yisrael, L'tzak is a Yisrael.